Peace and namaste, pioneers. I'm sending you all much love and high vibrations out to wherever you are in the matrix and galaxy right now. You see, pioneers, if I could just be honest with you all for a moment, I'd tell you all that I'm really in tune with myself and I'm really feeling myself right now. And I think I'm pretty amazing. You do, coach? How come? It's not about me though, pioneers. Do you think that you're amazing? Because you see, pioneers, I have learned something that's so amazing. Truly powerful. And that is, when you say that you're amazing, other people literally have no choice but to fall in line and agree with you. Why is that, coach? Because you said it. Because you said you were. You see, anything you say after I am, you become. I am great. I am powerful. I am rich. I am wealthy. I am the I am that I am. You see, Muhammad Ali said, I am the greatest. And people had no choice but to fall in line and say he was the greatest. Because he spoke it into existence. His word became his bond, pioneers. He spoke and then created his own reality. He took a thought and turned it into an actual, physical, tangible thing. You didn't come here to this matrix to be stuck in the phone, an automaton, or to be caught up in the sporting events and the news, etc. You came here to this matrix to shine. So shout out to all of the chosen ones and pioneers tuning into this right now, because we already won. So stop getting caught up in all the thoughts of all your past losses and realize and remember where you've already come from, because you've already won. Feels so good to be alive, doesn't it, pioneers? When you realize you've already won. You were supposed to stay asleep in this matrix, but you didn't. You became a glitch and a divergent in the matrix. You're here right now. You woke up. You won. Congratulations. So shout out to all of the pioneers and chosen ones that realize the only way out is actually going within. Because you won. Because they wanted you to play into this matrix. But you unplugged and said you weren't going to play. They wanted you plugged in, pioneers, and you won. So shout out to all of the pioneers and chosen ones that realize they are only a multi-dimensional being having a human experience. You won. You're a spiritual being having a human experience, not vice versa, a human being having a spiritual experience. It don't work like that. We won, pioneers. All of us that are refusing to drink the Kool-Aid of lies that are spilled from our televisions that tell our eyes visions, that tell lies to our vision. We weren't thirsty and we didn't drink the Kool-Aid. So we won. Congratulations. So if you're starting to do the right thing when nobody's looking and becoming your true, authentic self and the author of your own reality, then you won. And keep winning. Pioneers rise. Because what you believe in your hearts and speak in your minds will eventually become your words and your reality one day. And what you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mindset. And what gets ingrained in your subconscious mindset becomes an unconscious action and an unconscious activity. And I've always just wanted mine to be guideful, helpful, and nurturing to others. Because if you give a man or woman a fish, well, they'll eat for a day. But if you leave them that fishing rod that you caught that fish with, and you teach them how to fish, they can eat for a lifetime. But before you leave, if you also teach them how to farm, they can feed nations. And since 2020, Our lives have been turned upside down and sideways. They have kept us looking at this way and that way, at this narrative and that narrative, while the average person is being priced out of their everyday essentials and leveraged towards technology. Gas prices have skyrocketed. Food prices are up. You saw lumber shoot up last year. We see Russia-Ukraine causing havoc on the world stage. China is locking down again by the millions. All while Will Smith is slapping Chris Rock. Keeping you distracted. Why, pioneers? Because you're supposed to be getting your shit together and preparing yourself for the greatest shift in generational wealth that we'll ever witness. But you can't do that if you're distracted and caught up in the narratives. You can't do that. You see, the system that we are using is coming to an end, and the one we are getting ushered into will be a more socialist and more globalist one than we have in place now. It will essentially become a global shitcoin that replaces the worthless cash notes that we see used around the world. And this stable coin will act like fiat and cash, basically being an infinitely printable and mintable shitcoin that will have the value of $1. And there's no getting out of this system that they'll keep you trapped in. Most of you are already stuck in debt and credit slavery, stuck at your jobs being just over broke, instead of having joy over boredom. But I'm here to release you all and teach you all how to become a glitch and a divergent in this matrix, and how to keep one foot in the game and keep one foot out, and how to leave your emotions on the sidelines. So certainly hope you're all doing well, and wishing you all a happy Saturn Day, the day of Saturn, wherever you are in the matrix and galaxy. We've got some very important decodes that we're going to go over today, and some red pills that I'll possibly throw into this video as well. But I wanted to come out here and break down XRP, something that I haven't done in a while, but it's been amazingly beautiful to watch this chart play out by the numbers lately as we get ready to head into Easter and the start of Taurus, since we are in April and we're approaching the bull zodiac. We're seeming to have some pretty bullish energy, letting me know that the XRP bulls are back in town. So it's amazing to see this come up. We are currently setting at 77 cents, very symbolic. We know we're in the 7-year sabbatical cycle, the Shemitah, that happens every 7 years. Go and do your research. But we just came out of the 47th year anniversary of, or 47th birthday of Satoshi Nakamoto, all during the 13-year anniversary of Bitcoin. So we're still celebrating that. Keep that in mind. But we saw from top to top right here for XRP, going back till February 8th, all the way till our most recent microcycle top in the market on March 28th, we saw was 47 days. And let's get our internet connected again. Hopefully this doesn't cause too many problems. I've been having this problem lately, so hopefully you're all still there with me, pioneers, and this doesn't cause no problems on the upload, etc. For this important video that I'm wanting to release for you all today. But again, we see that this was a 47-day top. Again, we know 47 is the 15th prime number. Let's keep that in mind. This was all leading into April 5th, Satoshi Nakamoto's 47th birthday, where we then failed to hold support on the 6th of April for XRP, falling below our 81 cent support and resistance line that we were looking to hold. So very important. We ultimately fell all the way down to 69 cents, 68, which is the mirror of 86. We know we get that 86 in Ripple. So very important. We get that 76 and 86 in Ripple right there. So we'll keep that in mind. That's connecting us to some very important things. But again, this came in on April 11th. I came out and did my last video around this time, and we're going to be breaking this decode down between April 11th and today. Now, our full moon, April 16th, the full pink moon. So something we're going to be discussing as we get ready to approach the Taurus zodiac again today. That comes in on the 20th, and the 19th and 20th will transition into the Taurus zodiac out of Aries. So very important. Looking to see what happens between now and then with XRP. So anyways, we ended up falling down to a 68-cent low, which again is the mirror of our 86-cent launch pad theory, our 236 Fibonacci retracement level that we need to break and hold support of, as well as the connection to Ripple. We get the 86 in Ripple that I just showed you. So very important, that 68 as above, so below connection here. We know we also get that 86 in Mercury, and my work has been showing you lately, educating you all. Sorry about that. If I can spell it right, always. There we go, Mercury. Giving us the 103, which is the 27th prime number, and this 86 right here. So very important. Anything financially has to do with Mercury, fiat, the god of commerce. Okay, we'll break this down extensively tonight though. So anyways, falling down to that 68 cents, the mirror of 86, is not surprising. We were able to accumulate it. This 69 cent is where we had a target order to buy. That is the yin yang, man woman, black white duality, as above, so below. So very symbolic right here, not financial advice. We were also able to pick up recently around this 58 cent level. We had target orders set there to accumulate as well, because we know XRP breaks down to giving us the 58 in English ordinal. Remember, I spoke about how this was a 47-day top, which is the 15th prime number, and we know we get 15 in XRP. We are in the 15th week of the year, ladies and gentlemen. So all of this is starting to add confluence when you utilize the code and you learn how to break this down. So leading into the 15th week of the year, we know last year during the 15th week of the year for XRP and cryptos is when we saw our top, the 14th and 15th week of the year. So again, as above, so below, to getting this bottom right here in structure, micro structure, that is at least. We've been able to jump back above this 76 cent support level, which is not surprising because again, Ripple equals 76 in English ordinal. So that's something very important that we'll continue to keep an eye on. We want to continue to close daily candle closes above this 76. But this is where things start to get very interesting, because yesterday was 7 months and 8 days since the start of Rosh Hashanah and the Jewish Hebrew New Year, something we use as a pivot point on the daily candle close news. So yesterday for XRP, we closed the daily candle at 78 cents, again being a 7-month and 8-day connection since the start of Rosh Hashanah and the Jewish Hebrew New Year. And this was the start of the Shemitah, because the Jewish Hebrew New Year, Rosh Hashanah, is a multiple day event that started on the 6th, ended on the 8th. But the Shemitah, the 7-year sabbatical cycle, started on September 7th, and we know September is truly the 7th month of the calendar. We use the Gregorian calendar, so we know September is 9, but Sept is actually 7. So very important. We know this is that very symbolic 7-7 that we'll be talking about. Again, XRP is currently setting at 77 cents. So very important. Yesterday was the 15th. XRP equals 15. It was a 220-day connection in between these 2 days, and we know that XRP gives us 22. We're in the 2022 year. We are also in the Jewish Hebrew New Year of 5782, 22. So again, very important to keep this in mind. So yesterday we broke out to a high of 79 cents, which is the 22nd prime number. So very important. We also hit that again today, which is again 79 cents being the high for XRP, 22nd prime number. And today is the full moon, the full pink moon, which is a 7-month and 9-day connection. Very, very important. Today is April 16th. We're getting 4 plus 16 plus 20 plus 22, giving us the 62. We know Ripple XRP gives us the 62 in full reduction. Very important. Undeniable, ladies and gentlemen, as to why we are seeing this price action take place. This day is very important. When you add 4 plus 16 up, plus 2, plus 0, plus 2, plus 2, you get the 26 that we know we get is the mirror of 62, and we get it in God, ladies and gentlemen. Also, when you add today up, 4 plus 1 plus 6 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2, you get the 17 that we get in God. This is very important. Anytime we see this connection right here, we need to remember we, man, were made in the image of God. The 17 connection and the 10. God gave us 55. 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 or 55 is the 10th triangular number and the 10th Fibonacci. Remember that. Very important. You are made in the image of the Elohim. Genesis 1:26 and 27 states this. Again, we get that 42 when we add today up. 4 plus 16 plus 22. Ripple XRP gave us 42. Right here in Chaldean, it's pure cipher. We are in the 42nd year anniversary of the Georgia Guidestones. We know that the Antichrist reigns for 42 months in Revelations, is what it tells us. Again, today, when added up, 4 plus 1 plus 6 plus 2 plus 2 gives you the 15. We're in the 15th week of the year, fixing to exit out of it. We know, or possibly just did today. We'll have to break that down and see. XRP gives us 15. We're in the year of the Tiger 15. Very important. Undeniable, ladies and gentlemen. Tiger giving us 76. Adding confluence to Ripple 76. Yesterday, again, was when we broke out and hit our first 79 cent, the 22nd prime number high for XRP, and it was the 105th day of the year. Drop the 0 in the rules of numerology and gematria because it has no value. Put the numbers together and you get 15. Undeniable. So we're currently holding 76 cents as support right now and need to break back above 81 cents and then hit our 86 cent launch pad theory. So all very important and something I want to break down and show you how undeniable this is, because we are 3 days, 72 hours, which is the mirror of 27 we get in Ripple. Okay, we are 72 hours away from transitioning into the Taurus zodiac, which again gives us 62 and the 22 connecting us to XRP and Ripple. Very important that we pay attention to this right now. We know this year is the Jubilee banking holiday that comes on June 2nd, I believe, June 2nd to June 5th, around that time frame. We know Queen Elizabeth, her coronation was on 2/6. She's connected to this 62, 2/6 through her platinum Jubilee that she had this year. So this is something that we've been educating people on for quite some time right here. So something I wanted to go ahead and reiterate and bring back up to you all. More importantly, though, this 62 ties us back into our Merkaba, okay, which is our energy. But most importantly, when we break this down, we know Mer means light, Ka means soul, but Ba means body, okay, giving us that 62 connection here. It means host, all right, for our light and our soul. Remember that, giving us that same 62. So this is very important. And one other connection that I did want to make was the day Bitcoin hit its top on the very symbolic 11/10, the 1/1/1 date back in 2021. This being another 5-month and 5-day connection to the 55 we get in Platinum Jubilee that I just showed you, but Satoshi Nakamoto giving us that 55 as well. So again, seeing this price action in cryptocurrency right now is not surprising, being a 5-month, 5-day connection, a 22-week and 2-day connection between this time frame. We know how important this 222 period is, okay? But again, connecting this to today being a 22-week and 3-day connection, we know that is skull and bones, 322 or 223. The 56 we get in mind control 56 or BTC 56. Undeniable, right? But it being a 62 date numerology, the 26 we got, the 42 we got this day as well. Undeniable. This was a day that left 51 days left in the year. The as above, so below connection to the 15 we were breaking down. All of this tying us back into, ultimately though, the moon, ladies and gentlemen. The 1551 connection, we get there. The 23 that connected us into Ripple and XRP, the 32, but XRP giving us the 23. So as above, so below there. Ultimately tying us back into, though, Mercury, giving us that 23 in Chaldean. Again, Mercury being the god of commerce, and we can perceive this 23 as the 2 3s, the 33. Mercury being the god of commerce. Oh. Giving us that 33. Undeniable, ladies and gentlemen. How we can continue to break this down and use the moon and these esoteric signs and myths that have been hidden from us to break this down. Utilize this. This comes back full circle. 3.14, the 314th day of the year. Undeniable as to why we're seeing these things take place. If we understand how to utilize this code, we can change our lives financially, mentally, etc. moving forward. And that's what I hope my work is doing for you all, especially when it comes to this moon cycle we've been educating people on. It's what dictates the overall energy of this market when we approach full moons, etc., or new moons every month. We typically have a bearish price action and vice versa. New moons typically dictate a bullish price action, and that's something we've been able to educate you on. Today now is our full moon, and something I try to teach everyone is 3 to 5 days before or 3 to 5 days after our full moon is when we see our microstructure bottoms take place in these markets. And recently we're looking back at April 11th, 5 days before now, and we're seeing the low of XRP come in where we were able to accumulate at a very obvious pre-programmed to an algorithmic code. I've been able to educate you on that and show you in this video how that was able to be accumulated and take place as what I believe one of our lower lows in the structure that we'll now see moving forward. As long as we can break this 81 cent and hold it as support, then I see this 86 cent launchpad theory holding true, something that I've been able to share with everyone for 2+ years now. Of when we get above this period and this time frame of 86 cents for XRP, and we solidify multiple daily closes above it, we tend to just rip and roar to the upside. And this is going back for years throughout history, as being a major level of resistance that we need to break. We literally have nothing there besides this $1.40, this 134 range that we got in Ripple XRP, giving us 134, that we need to pay attention to. So $1.40, $1.50 is on the horizon for me when viewing this, looking back over 4 years now, something that I've been accumulating in for quite some time. But I don't want to drag this out into all the monotony and minutia. I just wanted to continue to break this down and show you how scripted this market is. And it all comes back to the fact that we got a pretty substantial correction a full 5 days before the full moon right here. Sort of within our target window that we pay attention to. And we see when this typically happens, I'm not saying that this is the bottom, but month after month, we pretty much have been able to take opportunities, take advantage of these opportunities as a little cheat code for getting ready for moves towards the upside. And for the last 5 days, we've been able to see that. And around my last video, I was able to come out and break down this day and how important this was to the start of the Shemitah, and moving forward, being 77 months, 4 days just being a very powerful connection, we get to energy, which is what we are, or that connection we get to Jesus and Lucifer. That very powerful breakdown I was able to give you all. Boom, giving us that same 74 connection there, because ultimately we are energy, split into duality, man, woman, Jesus, Lucifer, good, evil, left, right, black, white, etc. Something for you to do your own due diligence and come to your own conclusions with. But these are my beliefs that I speak my truths on. But again, this being a 7-month, 4-day connection and a 57-day connection, or a 57 and date numerology to these days. We know when we see these 57s, we tend to see bearishness in the market, ultimately tying us back into the society of Jesus, giving us that same 57. So we know who liquidates the the money we get in these markets when we panic sell because we see red on a date that adds up to 57 in numerology. We also saw that 79 in Society of Jesus, and we just exposed or educated you all on that today, being the 22nd prime number, XRP hitting a high of 22 or 79 cents today, being 7 months, 9 days since the start of Rosh Hashanah. So if you remember back in August when I was sharing with you all that we were getting this correction to scare everybody, right after Elon Musk and his Saturday Night Live crypto is a hustle, essentially calling it a scam event, right after our double eclipse period. I was able to come out and tell you that this was a Wyckoff double bottom in structure, and that we were possibly heading into an automatic rally heading into the Shemitah in August and September, before ultimately coming back down into a reaccumulation. Something I was able to call over a year ago. And we've seen that play out perfectly since. Still have not set a spring, and we don't have to set a spring. We'll have to continue to see what happens in this Wyckoff. There are multiple accumulation, distribution, Wyckoff schematics that you can go and do your own due diligence on and pay attention to. But this big correction that we got on this date back then, tied to the 57 on December 4th and the 57 that we got on Rosh Hashanah, we kind of saw that this 57 on April 11th is kind of why we saw this bearishness in the market, and we were able to educate you all on that in my last video. So hopefully you're able to go and watch that and view that in a very esoteric way, so that you can get your own truths out of that. Sorry about the internet connection here, you guys. I definitely hope I haven't lost you all. But my internet provider did tell me I would experience these problems moving forward for just a quick bit. I've recently moved into a new townhome, got internet again, etc. So, it's been a journey, you guys. Been in that cocoon that a caterpillar goes in to come out a butterfly. A metamorphosis is what we've been going through here on the Daily Candle Close News behind the scenes. So thank you all for sticking with me. But energetically, we've seen everything with the lunar cycle playing out perfectly, and I'd like to see this continue to play out like we've shared with you all for the past year, heading into the new moon again, coming up at the end of the month with the eclipse. I expect this to be a pretty powerful time period for cryptocurrency and financially moving forward. We'll see what that does to the economic system, the news, to the people that aren't paying attention to what's going on financially, the ones stuck in their phones, etc. The ones just now starting to complain about gas prices being high when they've been high for months. These individuals. But whenever we have a really oversold market to kick off the week, we tend to recover by Wednesday. And anyone that knows Wednesday is miércoles, Mercury, the day of Mercury, you'd kind of start to understand why after this video, hopefully. When we tend to have market drama in one direction, the sophisticated individuals tend to, by Wednesday, bring the market back to where they want it, or shake out the unsophisticated players in the game, and wiping them out through their emotional state, etc. The players at the top know that this is not a game of emotions, and they know that emotions don't belong here, and that's something I try and share with you all vigorously. We will see, moving forward, some more connections to, while we're seeing this increase. Obviously, the next day was a 7-month, 5-day connection, the mirror of 57, as above, so below. This 58 connection we get in Tetragrammaton, Puppet Master, Remote Control, etc. All of this is very important, and it's undeniable, to be quite frank, when you've been able to do this for multiple years, and it explain how this breaks down. But ultimately, we know we get that connection moving forward to the year of the tiger later after that, the 7-month, 6-day connection. We know how powerful that is. We've explained that. It ties us into Ripple. More importantly, it ties us into Skull and Bones, 76. The 59 we got on the following day, which was 413. 314. Pi backwards. It all comes full circle, okay? Undeniable. All right, so this was 59 in date numerology when added up, the 103rd day, which comes back to Mercury, because this day was Wednesday, the day of Mercury, the day of the day of commerce, the day of Hermes, because Mercury is Hermes, okay? It is Thoth, it is thought, very important. But this 59 we get in Tiger because we're in the year of the Tiger, but this being the 103rd day, we know that is the 27th prime number. Mercury gives us that 103, tying us in here. It gives us the 27. More importantly, we're in the year of the Tiger, or Jupiter, giving us the 27. Very important right here, ladies and gentlemen, and undeniable. When you truly break this code down and start to utilize it for your advantage. I've been educating you all on this for quite some time now, but where this is all heading, which is the interesting connection into the same day we saw our tops come in the market last year, 414, which was internationally written as 14-4, being the 144,000 chosen in the Bible. 77, which we know is half of 144, if I'm not mistaken, correct, being a 7-month, 7-day connection back to September 7th, which is Sept 7, okay, 7-7, okay, so the 77, 77, 144 connection here. So very important, undeniable. Again, this was the day last year that cryptocurrency and Bitcoin hit its tops, and I've shown you all that for weeks going back now. This was something we were preparing ourselves for potential volatility around these dates moving forward for quite some time, and we've obviously seen that in the charts. But it gets really deep, and we'll continue to break this down. So very important, this being the 104th day of the year. We know when we drop that we get the 14. We know Ripple gives us the 14. This was the 14th week of the year that we just were going through last week during this time period. So all of this is very interesting as well, because when you pay attention to the full reduction as well, with the 14 that we got in Ripple XRP, giving us the 14. We were in the 14th week of the year. I'm sorry, XRP. Giving us the 14. Boom. It all ties in here. So definitely was very interested in how this transitioned into yesterday being the 15th, the day that the Titanic sank, because we saw everything with XRP that I broke down, while we saw the nonsense in the news sharing with us that a Russian warship had sank, just like the Titanic had sank yesterday, and they found over 900 bodies. So just something that I found was kind of pretty unique, as to always watching this timeline that they keep repeating play out time and time again. Again, seeing another ship sink on the same day that the Titanic sank, the same day that Abraham Lincoln was assassinated, or the 2019 Notre Dame fire in Paris, France, or the day in 2020 they said that the most people died because of the bear flu. This is always a false flag day. So something very important that I just want to bring up. Again, there's the Taurus zodiac that we're transitioning into. We explained how that gave us 62. Today is a day that adds up to 62. And XRP, Ripple XRP, gives us 62. And it's 7 months, 9 days since the start of Rosh Hashanah, and Ripple XRP hit a high today of 79 cents. Not surprising. It's all pre-programmed to an algorithmic code. So, again, when we saw Proppy to the XRP pair on BitTrue, which is another asset that we hold that we're getting ready to exit out of and hold that cash on the sidelines to the bottom of a bear market probably over a year from now. We saw Thursday transitioning out of Miércoles, Wednesday, the day of Mercury, and into Thursday, Proppy's up 116%. And that's not surprising because anyone that knows, when you type out Thursday, what do you get? Well, dang, you get the 116. Why is Proppy up 116% in the last 24 hours on Thursday? Kind of makes you wonder. Just go and do your due diligence and break down Proppy using the code, ladies and gentlemen, and you can possibly understand why. All to add to yesterday's 79-cent high for XRP. We saw XRP was up 2.2%. on the daily, 7.6% on the weekly. Doesn't Ripple XRP and all that break down to 22 and 76? 79 is the 22nd prime number. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in the 7-year sabbatical cycle, the Shemitah, that happens every 7 years. And now we're seeing a straight green line breakout. Because everything you're witnessing on the world stage is to keep you distracted from understanding that you can win, just like these elites do. But they use things that you would never imagine. Okay? So start educating yourself. Start watching the work. Go back. You can still learn by watching videos that I've done 6 months ago. So all of this is very important because we're starting to see some very bullish price action as we get ready to head into May and into this double eclipse period for, April and May. We know what happens around double eclipse periods. We tend to get dramatic price action, okay? Just like last year, all right? We like to have huge increases or huge sell-offs around double eclipse periods, and we've recently had a sell-off. And, so one way we can perceive this is we might be getting ready to pump up before having another downtrend or a bear market moving forward. So something very important, undeniable. Just want to see where I want to go for moving forward. I'm trying to find my drink. Excuse me. All right. So definitely want to look at Bitcoin right now, sitting at 40K during the 40-day transition period of a blood ritual sacrifice. I'll find a cleaner chart. Something I've exposed. This was, or I've tried to educate you all on, trying to break from using that exposing word. But again, being a 40-day connection to May 1st. We're currently seeing Bitcoin set at 40K, right below this 236 Fibonacci of our dead cat bounce. So something we need to pay attention to right now. We might not break back above this 40K and hold it as, clear support until after May 1st. After our new moon in the end of April, May. So something definitely to be considering, because our 3 to 5 day transition before, on, or after the new moon, we tend to see our microstructure top come in around new moons. Okay, so very important. Very important. All right. So One thing I wanted to talk about is we were making 77 connections earlier, and we need to remember that that ties us into Judaism and the individuals that run the show, giving us that 49 again, being 7 times 7. Yesterday we saw this price action for XRP because it was Good Friday, giving us again that 49, 7 times 7, tying us back into Judaism here. That 77 ties us back into debt, something they keep us trapped in, all right, something we need to break. Again, that 23 we get in Mercury, that 15 that we get in XRP, the connections here to Tiger, etc., that we've made, ultimately tying us back in here to the same thing. Mercury, the god of commerce, okay, debt, credit, this cycle that they keep us trapped in, all right. You know, we know that they're changing the global order of how money works on a global level right now, just like in 1971, and this is probably something we're about to see happen within the next year. You know, probably a year from now, within this time period, we're going to see our financial structure shift like you'd never imagine. And that's because we're on this Jubilee year, and in this 49th year, this 7th year sabbatical cycle. So every 7 cycles of Shemitah, that comes back to, 7 cycles of 7 years, it is 49. That 49 we were just breaking down. Well, in the 50th year, next year, we have Jubilee. So this is just like 1971, and what my work has prepared you all for 3 years now. This is not a game. This all comes back to Mercury and the god of commerce, because you're now seeing why this hyperinflation and this environment we're living in is absolutely destroying people's financial abilities to move on and to move forward. You know, people were so comfortable in the economy that we had 5 years ago, and now all of a sudden they are struggling like they never have before. And some people don't want to admit that, but most people are paying attention to what's going on here. And when you use this code, you're able to prepare yourself not only financially but mentally and emotionally as well. But this connection here is all making me think a lot about the word crisis, which is what we are in, giving us again that 77 and 49 connection. Okay, so something I just wanted to remind you all, we're in the 49th year, heading into the Jubilee year. So, pay attention. This all comes back to Isis and the moon, Luna, Selene, something we've been breaking down to, just pretty interested in how we can, just prepare ourselves for everything we're seeing when we utilize this code moving forward. It all ties back to ultimately everything, the tetragrammaton, giving us I've totally misspelled that, but totally giving us that same 66, that 58, 166, that 58, the 47, the 15th prime number, this 86, you guys, ultimately tying us back into the tetragrammaton and the architect and creator. So undeniable that we pay attention to this. I'm just saying, y'all know we talk about the Titans and the mythologies and everything, and it's just very important that we pay attention to other ways that we can review things. I think we are all one. Everything is one. And when we all start to interpret all teachings and lessons, then we can really excel and find our own truths. And that's what I want to teach you all to do. I don't know where I want to go from this, you guys. We might be getting ready to head off of here. I'm just trying to look over all my notes and think that I've expressed everything enough. I'm still going to try and do a weekly technical analysis red pill on cryptocurrency tomorrow. We'll have to see how that plays out. With the holiday weekend and extended weekend, I might have to wait till Monday. We'll see how that plays out. But Monday Moon Day will be huge. I do believe being the 18th, correct? Yeah, 4/18 being 223 days since September 27, or September 27th. That's my son's birthday. Sorry, you guys. Since September 7th of 2001, Rosh Hashanah, we know that 223 is the mirror of 322. We get in skull and bones, but it's 7 months, 11 days since, you know, the start of it. And Bitcoin gives us that. Bitcoin gives us that 117. So again, tying us back into money here. Okay, tying us back into money here. All right, on this day, money 72.27. The same connection here. Cash. All right, 77. Okay, undeniable, but it's ultimately tying us back into money, cash, or what's the other thing I was gonna say? Fiat. Fiat 72.27. Same connections here. So paying attention to money, cash, fiat, Mercury, commerce on 418. Okay, we know this is really 218 in April, the second month. Well, anyway, ignore that right now. Just pay attention to the 223. We'll see what happens. This is the 108th day of the year. We know how this number, it ties us back into spiritual completion. Okay, so just breaking this down using the code, we get this 64-46 connection. We know 46 chromosomes are in our body, 23 from our mom, 23 from our dad. So again, spiritual completion on this day right here, being a day that leaves 257 days left in the year. I want to say that's a prime number. That's very important, and I could be wrong. It could just, I know it's a very important number connecting me to something in my notes. I've got it somewhere. But I don't remember off the top of my head. So go and see if that's a prime number and see what it gives us, you guys. Let me know in the comments down below. But again, Bitcoin giving us that 117, the mirror of 711, that very spiritual 711. 7 times 11 is 77, you guys. Again, it's all in the code, coming back full circle all the time. So undeniable as to what we could see take place moving forward. We know that is right before we transition into the Taurus. So we're getting ready to exit out of Aries, and you know, it's something I want to pay attention to. We know, of course, how important the 19th is. We've talked about that being a 224-day connection, tying us into Satoshi Nakamoto. I explained that in my last video where we broke down this 109 connection to Spirit, C19, battery, soul, what they've targeted for the last year plus. So again, this 4-2, this 42 connection, very huge. Wednesday, the day of Mercury, Miércoles, so very important, undeniable. The 110th and the 111th day of the year that we're getting ready to transition into, you guys. So very, very important. Keep an eye on this moving forward. So with all that being said, we're going to sign out of this one. Take care, and God bless you guys. Pioneers, rise. Build your legacy and build your fortress. Become a glitch in the matrix. Become a divergent.